want to consume more meat.
The one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat.
Do you eat it as well, or do you like it?
Absolutely.
Feeding insects is commonplace in lots of the world. It's just never caught on in the US. But some entrepreneurs think we're ready.
I'm Nicole Kidman, and I am going to eat a full-course meal of bugs.
So All Things Bugs is my biotechnology company that I founded in 2011. Primarily, it got started to develop a food product for malnourished children using insects as a major food source.
This is a powder derived from the mealworm, and it's a insect protein just been approved by the EU for human consumption.
I am here to reveal my hidden talent, eating micro livestock, cornworms. They're still alive. Extraordinary.
Bill Gates is on a crusade against meats. He wants you to eat plant-based meat, lab-grown meat, and now he even wants you to eat literal bugs. No, really, he actually invested in not one, but 2 startups that are researching how to make bug protein to feed the world. After all, this guy is definitely the guy you want to take health advice from. But why? Why is he so hell-bent on dictating what you can put in your mouth? Is he really that convinced that he knows how to live your life better than you do? Spoiler alert, yes. Stay dangerous and get ready to eat some bugs. In 2012, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation finally donated $100,000 to a startup called All Things Bugs LLC. Sounds scrumptious, right? The company had humble beginnings. It started as a simple Facebook page for the founder, Dr. Aaron Dossi, to document his bug photography hobby. The guy has a thing for bugs. Somewhere along the lines, he got intrigued by the idea of eating bugs as food, as one would. But being unemployed at the time, he wasn't really going anywhere with the idea, until a friend told him about research grants from the Gates Foundation. Dossi applied on a whim, and he had no idea just how excited Billy would be about his idea. And so Billy dropped $100,000 on All Things Bugs. So with his own savings and that $100K from Bill Gates, the company was born. Their mission statement is simple. We develop sustainable insect-based solutions, technologies, and products for agriculture, food, and medicine. And today they have a hand in nearly every sector of this new emerging bug protein industry.
We made various food products using those ingredients, alternative meats, pastas, cereals, snacks like cheese curls, tortillas, baked goods.
They were the first company to develop a tolerable insect-based protein powder, Grio Pro, a 100% cricket protein powder that you can buy right now to shove down your throats. They praise this powder for having the lightest color and mildest aroma and flavor of any insect protein available. They guarantee on their website that its smooth texture prevents consumers from noticing any trace of insect particulates, cricket legs and stuff. But they aren't just researching how to make bugs into something that passes as food. No, they're developing technology to mass produce and harvest bugs on a factory farm scale. They've received millions in funding from the US Department of Agriculture, and they've also received funding from DARPA. Yes, you heard that right, DARPA. Why do bug researchers need money from a government defense agency? Well, as it turns out, they're also doing a lot of research into genetically engineering bugs. Sure, their focus is to make bugs into a more nutritious food source, but if the idea of a massive factory of GMO bugs that are ground into a food slurry for humans sounds like the plot of a dystopian sci-fi novel, well, it's because it does. But Bill Gates' bug philanthropy does not stop there. In 2021, the Gates Foundation donated more than $2 million to an insect farm in Kenya called Insecti Pro. They mostly use organic waste to raise fly larvae, flies, which they're using to create animal feed.
Yeah, exactly. Because they try to look bigger like life, they're going to go through the holes in your hand. Oh.
Yes, that is right. Even if you would never eat insect protein directly, soon, instead of eating a grass-fed steak, you could be eating an insect-fed steak and not even know about it. Yum. They also raise crickets for human consumption, and this farm is just one of many already in mass production, raising over 1 trillion bugs a year to feed both animals and humans. But bug food biolabs and insect farms aren't the only things Bill is doing to eradicate meat.
Get $700 back on Google Pixel 8 Pro on Google Fi Wireless. No trade-in required. This is Pixel 8 Pro.
Gates has been touting the potential of plant-based meat at least as early as 2013. He invested nearly $130 million into Beyond Meat in 2019. He's invested even more into the rival Impossible Foods.
Protein-based approaches have surprised me how far they've come in when they've been offered in burger chains. The demand has been quite good.
And he's invested into lab-grown meat as well, by backing companies like Upside Foods. And you may be thinking, okay, but why is this a bad thing? He can invest in whatever he wants. If people want to eat less meat, why shouldn't they? And if Bill Gates wants to invest in these things, he should be allowed to. It's a free country after all, right? And yes, it is, and they can do whatever they want. But what you gotta know is that plant-based meat and lab-grown meat are absolutely disgusting. The plant-based heme responsible for making the Impossible Burgers bleed comes from genetically modified soybeans, which have extremely high levels of estrogen, which are also raised in massive amounts of pesticides like Monsanto's Roundup, which is linked to organ damage and